and have this still below it. I just think that looks nicer, but that's how I work. We will be doing, again, we will be doing tutorials with this. I will review it, but for right now, this is just a haul. Okay, so we got that one. Next, I got this, which is Buxom. Now, I'll just tell you right now, I'm going to go ahead and open this. What this actually is a empty palette. And normally the singles are $12 a piece. They're highly pigmented. But what you do is add each one. Well, if you bought a Buxom palette, this cute black alligator imprint on plastic. But if you bought this palette, it would be $40. So what they tell you is, if you buy this palette like this, we will let you have the palette for $40 rather than individually paying $12. That saves you $20 because 5 of these, is it 5 or 6? I think it's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that right? That can't be right. All right, so let me look at what I got. Maybe I didn't get enough. And it comes with this little brush, dual-ended brush. It's okay. I don't typically take my palettes unless I just have like one duo or something in my purse, because it really does, the shaking around, knocking around of your purse pretty much will tear up your palette. I wouldn't put an expensive palette in your purse. I might have a duo, like I have my Chanel duo. It's got one light, one dark, and it's just if I ever need to touch up really, or if I totally like went out the door and totally forgot to put on my eye makeup, which is like, it's just not going to happen. No, but I have it just in case. Because I love coffee. Decaf. Okay, so here's the first color I picked. And it's Mink Magnet. Now this is not going to be in any particular color. And I can tell you right now, I will probably run over. But it's not going to be in any particular order that I show these to you. But it will be as I put it in the palette. Because I'm going to go light to dark, of course. And I'm going to go matte to shine, of course. Okay, so this is how it comes. Like this. Mink Magnet is like a, it's a beautiful kind of rosy taupe. It's just beautiful. And I'm very excited. Now, here's the question. How do you get it out? Oh, you slide it out like a little drawer? Is that how? How do you get it out? Yeah, you slide it out like a little drawer. So that's how you get it out. I am going to lay them all out first, though. So let's just get the other things, the other ones first. Buxom, Buxom, where are you? Okay, so I fell in love with some other colors. Now, this is called Wild Nights. And it is a beautiful magenta purple. And when I say magenta purple, you know that magenta is a pink, like deep pink rose or purple rose. And so if I say it's a purple magenta, that means it's got a little more purple in it than it does red. So I'm going to pull this one out. This is an all-time favorite color of mine. It reminds me of Last Call from Urban Decay, if you like that. And I guess I should show you each one as I slide it out. How about that? So that's, oh my gosh. Oh, thank goodness it didn't crack. It fell on little boxes. Let me see, how can I show this to you? They're kind of hard to hold on to. But that's the color. It's like I said, it's like a magenta wine. Not wine. It's got a little bit of purple to it, but it's mostly magenta. And let me go ahead and show you the Mink Magnet. That's that one. And it's like a taupe, only it's got a rose gold underneath to it. Okay? Or pink gold. So, it's very underneath though. It's mostly like a frosted taupe. Okay, this one is called Gimme Gorgeous. And this is because I need to have a neutral color to do background. You know, to just lay down the palette so that you're not laying it down on just your regular eye color. But something as close as possible to your eye color. I like more of a brown than the actual skin tone, so Gimme Gorgeous did really well for me. And that's this one. It's kind of like a cashmere or a light sand. So it'll be perfect for, like I said, the background color for transitioning. Let's find the other ones. Okay, this one is called Big Spender. Now this is just a basic brown, but you need a basic brown in your palette, I feel like. Every palette needs a basic brown. My favorite all-time palette, as y'all know from my pick one, which I realize now all the beauty gurus have come out with a tag called Ride or Die, and I think it's where if you had to pick one, mine's called Pick One Series. But anyway, and it was my own idea. It's not hard to come up with the idea of, hey, if you only had one thing that you could have. It makes you, with all the makeup products that we have as makeup people, make you draw it down to, if you could only have one though, what would it be? The thing is we're also always exploring, so we'll never get it down to one because we should always be looking at what else is out there. But this is that color. It is just truly a basic brown, and you need one, and I like it. So that's going to go in here. Yeah. And then, if you have a basic brown, then you also need to have kind of, this one's called Jet Setter. You need kind of a taupe, something along the gray lines that you could use for brow, that you could use for an outer V, but not so dark that it's black. And that is this one, Jet Setter. And this is truly a taupe. It's like a gray brown, okay? And I feel like you could do a lot with that. If you're medium to blonde, I think it would be great. This is getting interesting though. There should be one more somewhere. There it is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is 6. All right, and then I needed a really dark color, but I thought, you know, the taupe and the big spender, which was brown, it looked like it would work, but I thought, you know, I need at least one darker color. Don't want it to be matte. Don't want it to be shimmer. And I went with shimmer, and this one is called Haute Couture. Let me go ahead and pull it out. There we go. And write it out of its little thing. And this is just a beautiful bronzy brown. It's got a little bit of a bronzier gold undertone to it. So I am going to put these colors in a palette, and I'll show you the palette that I personally formed. And I hope that the way that I put this in is correct, because I think you can only do it once. So I think you just slide this in. I have no idea how this works, you guys. How about if I just set it in and figure it out later, so I don't spend a bunch of time, since I don't edit, but I can at least show you my edit. Get it? Okay, so this is the palette that I put together, and that's what I like about Buxom, is you put the palette together with the colors you want. Okay, they're not sitting in there right, but I'll put it together. There it is. There's my palette. And you can go and make your palette. Okay, so that's one thing that I got. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Okay, what else did I get? Okay, I got a couple of little palettes that I thought were very interesting. This is by Lorac Pro. It's Lorac Pro Minis. Oh, is that what it's called? No, it's called Pocket Pros. Pocket Pro 1 and Pocket Pro 2. And I want to show you these because this is what I would carry in a handbag. The first one is more of a brown range. It's kind of your typical, you need something dark, you need something medium, and you need something white, and it's perfect. It's Nude, Pewter, and Espresso. Hello, it's basic, but I love it. It's exactly what you need. The nude is definitely got, here, let me just show you these three. That's them. That's really pretty, y'all. It's kind of backwards, though. Maybe if I did it this way, it would be better, huh? Like that. Did I do that right? Yeah. Very, very pigmented, as we all know that Lorac Pro is. And that's just a real basic look. You have the blending color, a highlighter, and something that you can use for brows, lashes, and the outer V. It's perfect. But, hey, what if you wanted to get into another, it is so good. I happen to have a leftover tissue from the store in here because I just got that all over myself. I will say it's so pigmented you don't need a lot, because that just got all over me because I did way too much, which means it's highly, highly pigmented. All right, this one is a little different in that it's actually more dramatic, even though it looks like it's not, and that is Buff, Rosé, and Black. Now, because there is no blending, see how the other one had like shades to blend? This goes from really bright to rose to black. So this would be highlight and inner corner. This would be all over the lid, and this would be outer V only. So it'd be actually a more natural look, but it could be more dramatic because the outer V would be very subtle. You also could line the lashes with this color, but that is straight black. So between the two of these, whether you wanted to do your makeup in the morning and then take it with you or however you want to do it. Can't wait to try those out. Very excited about them. All right, is there any more eye palettes? Oh my gosh, who does this many eye palettes? It's like insane. Okay, so no. I did some basics, which y'all are going to be like bored because I did some such basics. It Cosmetics has two of my all-time favorites. They have lots of my favorites, from their brushes to their makeup palettes. But there is two that I say are definitely pick one, ride or die, whatever you want to call it. The Brush Bath by It Cosmetics. It doesn't just get your brushes clean. I don't know what kind of oil's in it or what's all in it. But it's actually good for your brushes. And I'll never forget the first time I used this. I sprayed this on a washcloth. Sprayed it on there and then just literally took my brush and went like that a couple times. And I looked at the brush. I was like, oh my gosh, it's like magic. They were clean like within seconds. So I don't know how it works, but whatever the oil is in this, that it so quickly dissolves the makeup. It says it's a purifying brush cleaner, and I believe it because I didn't do any water. I did not need to wash them. Now, obviously, I would say once a month. You can use something like a Johnson's Baby Shampoo and actually use something like a Sigma Bumpy, what are they called? Hand mitt. Actually, where was I? I was in Ulta today and saw in the accessory area of Ulta like a little tray that was about this long and about that deep and had bumps on the bottom, and it was for you to put your oil like this in the bottom and rub your brushes around. I may go back and get that because it's so much easier than having to use my little hand mitt. But anyway, which actually you literally put it on your hand and do that, but it'd be so much easier to do it in a tray, so I may go back and get that because it's probably 10 bucks. The other thing is the No Tug Waterproof Gel Eyeliner from It. It just, hands down, nothing beats this. So I got a backup of that. I also got, oh, here's one more eyeshadow that I got. And this is a little secret. It's not very well known, but it was in the back. But I guess because this is a new Ulta. But this is called Honest Beauty.